God King's elite marched grimly through the infested jungles, still surrounding the Brass Keep, carving a path directly to the source of the corruption. They had finally gained an upper hand against Nurgle's champion Festus, and had even driven all Chaos forces from the ancient keep being used as a stronghold. Now the last of Festus' surviving war council gather in the old capital of Hochland, Hergig, no doubt mustering their strength for a counterattack. But Orion had not been idle in his victory, and in an ancient ritual long forgotten, he summoned a regiment of the ethereal lost Sylvan Knights. As they strode into the clearing, all were stunned to silence by their eerie beauty, and a captivating power radiated from the Knights' mounts. The great stags were among the most majestic of Athaloran's storied wildlife, and all rightly feared the sight of one on the field of battle. Something horrible has happened in the Gain Vale at Ulthuan. The deep roots leading to Alariel's domain normally resonate gently, imbuing the very air with the soft angelic melodies of the Everqueen's dryads. Now a horrible unceasing wail roils in waves that chill the very spine, the blending of thousands of souls caught in unimaginable torment, and in rapturous ecstasy, the purest of pandemonium that threatened to warp and corrupt the very world roots themselves. None other but the Dark Prince Slanesh, chaos god of secrets and excess, was capable of bringing low Alariel's defenders, and if she had been driven from her home, it would mean the wrath of Cain would be soon unleashed upon the demons infesting Ulthuan. No other forest save for Athaloran itself was of greater importance to the Azrai, so Orion would quickly need to deal with the remaining forces of Nurgle, and turn full attention to the Gain Vale. There was now the simple matter of re-empowering the Spear of Kurnos to ensure his victory. It had since been discovered that ANATH, goddess of the Savage Hunt, had been secretly siphoning the power of his legendary weapon to further her goal of supplanting Ariel and reshaping Athaloran to her own malicious designs. Initial reports of ANATH's rebellion had been overlooked, as Talzin's forces had been spread thin dealing with the incursions from Bretonnians, Beastmen, and the vile Skaven. But they could be overlooked no more, as ANATH has sent her champion at the head of a massive war host, who claimed the Oak of Ages itself. Athaloran was in total uproar, the undead, Dawi, and even Morgur's corrupting hordes rampaging in the south, and now ANATH's secret invasion of the crux of the forest's power. Terror and panic swept across the holds, as none but Orion had any chance of stopping the champion of the Savage Hunt. The God King stepped into the deep roots, his fury blazing. Ariel's position had been challenged many times before, but none had struck at her so directly as this. There would be no mercy for any who marched under the banner of ANATH. Let the slaughter begin. And welcome on in everyone to Chapter 8 in our Orion campaign. We are going to start things off against Peveril and his moss-covered forest dragon. It has been far too long since our last episode, and it held down a bit by Mother Nature and her ability to drop-kick power lines. But we're back. And Orion, I think, is more than capable of handling an auto-resolve to a degree. We could just hit the... Surprisingly, it seems like with a lot of the Wood Elf ones, you just hit the auto-resolve button on their quest battles. We shall not be doing so. We've got some Glade Guard, some Wild Riders, Poison Glade Riders, and then a Tree Man to fight. I'm sure that ANATH is going to be giving them some reinforcements as well, but as it stands, auto-resolve looks like we are going to be karate chopping him in the neck and finishing that off pretty quickly. Let's see how things go. To the field of battle.
The seasons move ever on, and I feel the call to the Oak of Ages. Before I return to Ariel's embrace, another must be chosen to be born anew. Yet these traitors would sully the forest and bear a corrupt vision into being through their blackened hearts. These curs cannot be suffered to live. Though we challenge ANATH herself, the will of Kurnos must spurn her once more and overcome these perverse desires.
Let them face the rage of the forest. That's the last one. Alright, so it looks like they have some actual small choke points. They can't actually move across Doesn't actually look like they can move across the water, so they're forced to go down at these choke points here. So if we move up very minorly here, let's see. I mean, they've got lots of choke points no matter what. If we set up kind of on... Let's see. We could set up kind of in this position here. They have to go around either way, giving us some nice choke points to utilize. So let's go ahead and throw in the Swift Giver Scouts. I have renamed them. Make it a bit easier on myself. We got just the Deep Wind Scouts. They have the most range outside of the Hawkeyes of Jakira. We'll set them up front here. And then we can deploy the Spears of the Wildwood and Loex Tricksters up front here, just to hold down this position there. And then we've also got our Blade Riders. I want both of them on one side. We can overwhelm whoever is coming after them. Makes things a bit easier on them. I am going to have the Starfire Guard also get ready. Where do we want them at? They actually fight pretty well in a melee, so let's have them on the sides. We do have better archers than they do, so we will have to keep that in mind. We also have the Lost Sylvan Knights, which are actually my favorite ROR unit pretty much across the entire board there. Actually, hang on now. Are we attacking? I think it switched to the map how it's supposed to be. We're attacking Athaloran. We should be defending. It flipped the map. It's going to be a little bit interesting. Let's see. So the Wardens, we'll set them over here. I'm not sure how this is going to go then. Because... Huh. Alright. Hunters, we'll have them set up on the sides. We'll have the two on one end. The Sylvan Knights can defend this end with our two Glade Riders and the Enigmas of Gowron. Should be more than enough to handle that side. We can have Dodon, the Waystalker, up front here. Our Spellsinger. He's on a Hawk, which is awesome, and then Orion up front. Perfect. Let's grab our infantry. There's only 3 of them. Makes it quite nice and quick. You two in guard mode, and then we'll put the Enigmas of Gowron with them. Gairon, not Gowron. Beautiful. Get this battle started. Champion of ANATH RAEMA, murderer of his own kin. Oh, they're just gonna pull out to the side. Interesting. Well, let's rotate a bit. They're set up in the corner. Sure, why not? Let's take down the info. We'll just kind of pull our troops over a bit. What we currently have works just fine if we move it over. You guys just gotta have them come on over and hang out in this position.
Orion!
They're really just gonna wait? I thought you guys were supposed to be attacking me. Yes, this is attack and defeat, but still. Look at this. Oh, come on, ANATH RAEMA. You can't tell me that your strategy was to go hide. Alright, Orion, go cause some problems. And then we have our lady on the Hawk as well. Alright, where's my spears? Loex Tricksters. You guys set up about here. Everyone else kind of scoot up and around. Maybe not too far forward, but you guys can move up a little bit too. Orion can just cause a ruckus. Anyone he chucks that at is going to have a really bad day. They're going to launch some stuff back at us now. Well, luckily, he can heal up quite a bit, so let's just keep kind of wiggling. Use the forest as a shield as much as we can. Launch some good old nonsense their way. Oh, most of that hit the trees. Oh, that didn't go so well. We'll drop down the Hawk's Talon then on this group of Glade Guard. What you guys don't realize is that Orion can heal that up, no problem. Speaking of, we'll go ahead and drop down the Earthblood. Heal them up. We'll pull them on away, though. No reason to keep taking free damage. You go after the Glade Lord. Kind of pull back a bit. Alright, pull back yourself. We can launch the arrows of Kurnos at these wild riders as they move forward. Is our enemy just gonna hide in the back and just kind of huddle back there? It's pretty pathetic looking, but yeah, such is the way. We'll move up with the dwellers below and see about dropping it in the center of this group here. Oh. Even if it just gets the Glade Guard, I don't mind at all.
As you say.
I should rip them to shreds. What's you guys' plan? I'm just trying to get you to move forward into my trap. I mean, not a trap. Scoot forward there, everyone. They will be forced to move forward eventually here. We've got so much missile strength, they just can't stay back. Maybe we try going after this Blade Guard unit. Orion, move forward. You have the wolves again. Awesome. And our mage as well. 72 seconds on that one. So you know what? Nope, we'll hang back with you. We can launch some more arrows of Kurnos. We can at least attempt to try to hit those Blade Riders there. You need to do some dodging. You do not have much armor. Zooming around. Alright, maybe we can get them to move forward if we drop some hounds in there. It's a lot of spears all together there. You keep launching some shots at these Blade Guard here. Orion, if anyone stops to fire, make sure they have a bad day. Alright, now pull on back.
The woods rage. The hunt begins.
Interesting. A more boring quest battle beginning here, but I guess a slower start. Get some shots in where you can. Melee defense isn't useful. Ooh, damage. Pull on away. I'm gonna get you guys behind in case there's any kind of flankage going on. Let's get you back into these spears. Make sure you guys are on. Oh, cool. The whatever gives you more. Don't have the missile resist one.
The great hunt.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just wait for the hounds again and try to do some more damage. Interesting that they refuse to move forward, though. Speed up this way a bit. Convince them to do a bit more than nothing. I don't want to move up into their line of fire, though. Alright, Orion, you move on up. We have only one more hound. That's not great. I can throw down the arrows here. They're... I'll find one that's in a formation that's good for... These guys are a bit more clumped up. Let's go for these Starfire Shards here. Move on in, Orion. All your abilities back.
Orion!
Usually just to do a bit of damage and then they move on towards you, but such is not the case this time. They're absolutely not having it.
Blade Captain.
They don't mind throwing out a bit of arrows as a retort, though.
Unbreakable!
Which, fair enough. Some good damage to those Hagbane tips. We've only got one more arrow of Kurnos. Let's go ahead and launch it at these, well, I guess the War Dancers it is. Not my initial target, but which is the way. Bad damage. Scoot up a little bit further. Yes.
Ready and waiting.
Man. Yeah, they're like, nah, we're gonna stay up here. We have the high ground, we have the hill.
Our bows are yours.
Alright then. Time to march into enemy fire a bit there. Move into the woods. You guys as well, just gotta stay here. Pull back.
Awaiting orders. Swiftly.
That extra speed.
Destroy all.
Wildwood Rangers.
Do what you can to dodge, but man, it's hard to. We'll throw down the hounds here in this group of Glade Guard.
Swiftly with speed.
Move up, focus those guys down together if you can.
Orion. Hiding in wait.
RAEMA on. If they kind of move forward, I'm happy to do so. Letting my guys get shot up is not really the intended plan here.
Deepwood host.
Pretty good damage though. You can move forward and tear apart their Glade Guard. Alright, here come the rebel forces. On either side, perfect. This is fine. You're winning the initial duel of bowmanship. Heals on this front group here. You guys pull on back. Woo, the overcast hurt. Bit of the forest's dislike there. Drop those wild riders so they're not going anywhere. Fox Talon on these as they move forward. Glad it actually chose to go after the unit I wanted it to. That's 3 units of wild riders. Okay, let's prepare. You guys come on up in. Go after the guys in the back line there. Shots of Kronos into those wild riders there. Perfect, perfect. Get shot a little bit too much. Less perfect. Drop down the explosives. Free of RAEMA. Spearmen go in. Why are you guys pushed up that far forward? That's incorrect. Wild Riders with the Sylvan Knights. Let's go ahead and break these Wild Riders here. They're likely to get charged a little bit there, but that'll be alright. Keep crushing them. Our archers are being a bit aggressive. Normally I'm all about, but they need to calm down a bit. Getting directly targeted there. We definitely can't have that. Go ahead and give yourselves heals. Forgot about my Blade Riders here. Starfire Guard took a bit of damage, but these Sylvan Knights are easily going to mop that up. Let's dive in here and see what's happening to our poor rebellion. They're learning that the Sylvan Knights are no joke. Great Stags are more meant for infantry, in my opinion, but you'll see that they perform just fine against cavalry. And they do actually have an anti-large designation here in SFO, or Radius. Lovely. Broke that unit quick. Let's come on over and help out with these Wild Riders here. Fire on these guys up front. We'll have all of our archer units. Gotta come on back in and drop down some more heals. We won't go for the overcast because the amount of damage you have been going for on accident. You just go ahead and fly on in melee mode there. Fox Talon in the middle of all these fleeing units. This poor enemy lord. This is what happened to Albert too, friend. Don't worry. We feel for you. You need some heals. I actually think that Orion could use their heal. And then you can just give yourself the stone skin. Not too much damage at all taken. ANATH's rebellion has been squashed. A decisive victory. Alright. Well, we did prove the auto-resolve correct there, and now we've claimed back the Spear of Kronos. Only 54 fall in the battle. We will go ahead and simply release those captives for the gold. And now we've unlocked the Firebark Elders, the Treekin ROR unit. Circe is on herself a unicorn. And we have gained the Spear of Kronos. When Orion hurls this living weapon with fierce purpose, it fells the most powerful foes before returning to its master. It's a boomerang spear. We get more post-battle loot, a drop in recruitment cost, and magical attacks, 10% more missile strength, and then the ability Spear of Kronos, which is a ranged attack that blinds enemies and explodes with 100% armor piercing. Sounds incredible to me. That was even more simple than I expected. Well done, Orion. We're going to jump into the encamp stance there, and we are going to wait and see if we can't. I'm thinking that Festus is likely to attack Crudenwald. I'm not going to really worry about defending Crudenwald. We can pull them away from her gig. Possibly away from one another, that'd be great. Only plague they have for now is Festus's buboes, which is not nearly as good as the one that gives them more missile resist, which looks like Festus has now. Now we've got a lot to deal with, but now we've got Orion's full kit all ready to go here. So he's got even more missile strength for all of our armies, faction-wide, 5%, which is pretty solid. Won't dislike that at all. We just need him some better armor. Onward. Well, let's give him these skills. I think The next one we're going to go for is... Where is the one that gives us extra cavalry? Swift and sturdy. Melee defense, weapon strength, charge bonus, and missile strength for the Glade Rider. So anything that is of the cavalry inclination will be extra powerful. And then we can go ahead and just give Orion himself the scarier missile strength up to 1.1 thousand. Those spears really are not feeling good when they impact.
Have orders?
Going semi-trucks. For Dodon, the Waste Stalker, let's give him the Assault Garrison and over to the Assassinate. So Mentor is locked until 30. That's quite interesting. Double skill points makes you go through the tree very quickly. So for Diliana here, we've got all of the good passives finished on up, so we can probably go for... Now, do we want her on the Eagle? This is going to make her faster, more missile resistance, and have some extra attack for all Eagle and Hawk units. We don't actually have any of those. The Great Stag, though, would increase all of our cavalry units. So you know what? We're going to put her instead of on the Great Eagle, which was pretty good. The Great Stag is by far my favorite mount for the Wood Elves. It gets second to the Forest Dragon, but I don't know. I tend to prefer them on the Great Stag over anything else. But for Diliana's abilities here, we've not really had issues with her running out of ammo. Since she's on a Glade, or since she's on a Great Stag now, let's make sure she's doing full damage. So 10% more times 2 there, so Violent Delights. Forest is Trees Hate You.
Lord of the Forest.
Julian Smith. Alright, so we've got 4 points with our Spell Weaver, Spell Singer. Let's go for the double down point into Cleanse Corruption to get rid of the Nurgle nonsense. And then we'll go for... I think we'll go for the Ward of Loek for extra missile resist and the spell resist as well. We want to make sure our Spell Weaver is very, very safe and happy the entire battle. She's got a Tormentor Sword. Can we grab Diliana the Sword of Strife now? Seems good. Actually, take it back.
I live to serve.
Cannot move and has no attack. That's probably better for our Glade Captain. Where's that hiding at? Perfect. We'll switch them. That works right on out. All of our ancillaries are passed on. I'm not sure if we can keep layering up all the Forest Spirits, but man, we're going to try. Lowering enemy leadership to as low as it goes. We want Orion to replenish for the single turn there, and I am tempted to grab the Tree Bark Elders here and give them to Fendel. They're going to be great against the Leech Lord, so we will disband this single unit. Actually, take it back. Sorry, Eternal Guard. You're great and everything, but trees are much better. Welcome on in, Firebark Elders. Alright, tier 4 Monstrous Infantry. Cost almost nothing. I want to go into an ambush stance.
Anything is possible.
And move right in front of Orion.
Making my way.
I don't think they'll try to move on him, but we can try to catch them either way. I think they're going to attack Crudenwald. We will see very, very soon. Forest Lookouts would drop the Skaven Undercities. Final version would give us the Spears of Orion. Pretty cool. Get ourselves some proper anti-large spearmen with some actual armor, unlike most of our units there. So you know what? Yeah, I think we will actually go for this one. Will give us some extra line of sight in the area too. The Brass Keep will kind of be both a resource creating building, or a resource creating province, as well as one of our only that actually allows the Spears of Orion. We'll have to grab the Azrai Armory later on. I think that'll be just fine. Alright, we've got 7,000 more gold to use. That sounds great. I know definitely where we can drop some money in. Back over here in Alpha Lauren. Surprisingly enough, all we can do is upgrade Grimhold, which I'm happy to do. Go ahead and throw in the Hunter's Vault, or This one gives us some more craftables, so we'll go ahead and just grab the Artisan's Nexus first. Take a few turns.
Proud son of Athelloran.
Daith is in the world route, so I can't recruit. Awesome.
The forest has spoken.
Looks like the Dawi did decide to go out of our territory. They're just going to recruit right outside, which is never suspicious. Meanwhile, Dwok is just going to hang out.
Spellweaver of
Alright,
Avalon.
Vilgen, can you and Daith deal with him together? So everyone gets experience. Doesn't like it. We have to trespass. Never mind, there is no Torgavon anymore. Stop him from escaping to the north.
I go forth.
Get some skill points for Daith and Vilgen both. He will likely retreat, but
They must fall.
let's see if we can catch him. Alright, he retreats north. Daith, can you catch
Blade
him?
Lord, at your service.
Yeah.
Finding pathways.
Try to make sure you actually reinforce.
Walk with the wind.
Close as you can there. Daith
Blade
attacks.
Lord.
Dwok.
Kindred!
Beautiful. We'll just give this one to the auto-resolve because that's just a bunch of goats. The Warhounds are actually kind of scary, and I'm not going to fight it partially for that. Get out of here, hounds. Hunted down. We'll just go for the extra gold. Release them to be hunted back down. Young stag, and Daith now has himself an elven steed. Their blood watering the forest of the oak. Awesome. I mean, the Skaven are back up here in the north. A Quorum could attack the King's Blade. No, we can't make it. I'm not that concerned
I
then.
commune.
Alright, Daith. I'm gonna give you Treekin. You go for the Branch Nymphs, which are a bonus versus infantry.
Blessed by the oak of ages.
They're multicolored too. The reason I don't really like them is they look like multicolored little Teletubbies running around. The unit itself looks really cool when you get close to them, but when you zoom out, the low res version is just not as good. We'll grab, I'll say, four Treekin. Bring forth the trees. Other Waystalker here, Toltirin. We'll give him the Endless Hunters so they have more reload time in forests. Reload faster in forests. Fleet Finger as well, so he reloads faster as well. Lovely. Yeah, now our heroes are becoming absolute uber chads. We'll grab Possessed by the Trickster God and then the increased mobility and boost income.
I observe.
Back over to our Spellweaver. I think the passive buffs are going to be the best course of action there. Although we could really layer up some reload time reduction. So let's grab Rain of Spines first. And I think Weaver the Winds. Drop her cooldowns and give her a bit more magic every single battle there.
Azray.
For Daith. I think we're going to go ahead and start working on your growth of the forest and such as well. Keep the growth working well in Athelloran, so anyone who is currently defending Athelloran would be their job. And then we can even give him some more ambush success chance since he's down here defending Athelloran. An ambush forest battle is pretty much the stopping. Has some new
Victory
troops coming on in.
woven once more.
He'll need to stay right next to him, that way they would reinforce.
I am cooled.
You. You all safe. Yoke will take 9 turns to go ahead and build on up, which would be great because then we start the Confederation missions with Orgwylan, Talzin, and the Herald Zoriel. So we are Talzin, so just the other two named Woodall factions will be under our control, which would be awesome. We do have to deal with... That is a lot of Poison Wind Globes. Understand these guys don't have a lot of range, right? And we're out warriors. Sweet. Come on, no. Get the next battle started. Icarin versus Tulas. Deal with these undead scum. It looks like Auto Resolve will be quite kind to us with the decisive victory. We haven't fought ourselves any undead just yet, though, so let's have ourselves a battle. Icarin versus Tulas. He is a Strigoi. It'd be really cool if we could get the Strigoi extra large if we get a proper vampire counts rework, but for now, let's dive on into the battle. I'll try to edit that out. I actually punched my ring on the desk. That's not something to want in your ears. Let's go ahead and grab our Glade Guard. So it looks like I'm going to want to pull back just a smidge. So we'll set up our Glade Guard off to the side here. Anything we can make, we have to make the AI switch up their battle strategy is good. Got our swords up front here.
Children of Athelloren.
Spread them out a little bit. We'll let
Of Athelloren.
the Lord take the center here. Go pick her in. We'll have him flanked by his 2 blade captains.
The woods rage.
Awesome. We'll have them in the first group there.
Lord of the Deepwood.
Okay, so next we've got a bunch of spears. We want the Stalwart Glaives, the 2 Winterheart Guard, on the side. We don't really want them to move, they just want them to be stationary and holding a position. Low-X, we want them to be able to move to a spot. We want them, same thing with Wildwood Rangers.
Glade
A little
Guard.
bit because we want the other Glade Guard behind there.
Wildwood Rangers. Glade Guard. Armed and ready.
We'll move the Glade Guard up on either side there.
Guard.
Awesome. And we'll have the Wardens of Citharel on the side, which will kind of have a box of spears all the way around.
Dauntless Azrae.
Yes.
Warriors of Ariel.
You can hang out back here with Low-X Tricksters. Wherever we need the extra spears, they move quick enough that they can actually
Warriors of Ariel.
respond.
Glade Guard.
Wild Rider's also ready to dive on into any Knights or Hounds that get overextended.
Armed and ready.
That'll begin.
Lord of the Glade.
We're going to rotate ever so slightly. We'll push ourselves out of the forest a bit, and we'll have our Hero Corps
Ever ready.
start firing on... Probably just dealing with these Velbats to start. A couple arrows should see them off quite quickly. Have you launch your abilities here at the other group's bats. Just whatever's stopping them from causing issues with our archers.
Glade Guard. Warriors of Ariel. I stand.
Alright, the bats are going to go ahead and flee. Let's go ahead and pull you guys in and start firing on this other group of bats here. Just keep harrying those mobile units up front. Arrows hurt real bad. They're overkilling units too, so we will probably want to actually have them go after either Hounds or those Black Knights.
I. Dauntless Azrae.
Alright, get the Azrae ready. Get with those wolves.
Son of Athelloren.
We're going to bring them through. I'm going to have you guys rotate ever so slightly there.
Acknowledged.
You two switch targets. We want to have them deal with the Felbats first.
Glade Lord of Athelloren.
Fire on those Black Knights. Drop down the extra damage in here as well. They just want to kind of sit there. They don't want to charge into our group of
For
spears.
the eternal realms.
Which, I mean, fair enough. I wouldn't either.
Ever ready. Glade
On
Guard.
the Knights.
Armed and ready.
Stop them.
Guard. Yes. Ever ready.
Alright, go after this group. You guys charge in on these dire wolves, and let's get the other units to respond as well. Help out with those Felbats. Straightforward. Bats are taking on the Lord there. He should be able to deal with that, no problem. If there are surroundings, we'll have them deal with the those bats. Awesome charge.
Wildwood Rangers.
So I hunt.
Glade Guard.
Oh, I hunt. You guys go after those skeleton archers there in the back. They've only got one unit of archers. We'll make sure they're dealt with quickly.
For the eternal realms.
Pull them aside. Missiles come back.
Wild Riders.
Wild Riders as well. Come on back. You guys get melee attack. Start chopping.
Glade Guard.
Have all of the Glade Guard on this end. Start firing on these Grave Guard here. They are exposing themselves to damage.
At once.
We went away. Let the Winterheart Guard hold in there.
Wildwood Rangers. Let fly. Smash them.
Lady
Now it's time to start launching some arrows of Kurnos into the backs of these units as they are clumped up. There's not too much friendly fire here. You kind of pull back behind too. If you guys can just go into melee mode and shut down these skelly archers, that'd be fantastic.
Archers ready! Warriors of Ariel!
Trees within our grasp. We're taking a little bit too much damage from the enemy archers though, so let's try to minimize that.
Wildwood Rangers!
You guys come through and help them with this one.
Battle ready! To war!
Fire on this Dragoid Ghoul King. They're losing quite a bit of Winterheart Guard there, so let's get some fire in.
We are tireless! For Our Lady! At once!
Blade Captain!
Pull the two captains back, and we'll get both out of melee mode. We'll have all three of them just sniping at the Ghoul Captain.
Lord of the Glade!
The Strigoi Ghoul King
To
there.
war! Wildwood Rangers!
He's slicing through them.
With haste! Aye!
You guys go ahead and try to take a flanking position there on those Blade Guard, or those Grave Guard.
Dauntless Asray! Glade Guard! Asray attack!
Beautiful.
Cavalry!
Alright, now it's your turn to start dealing with the Grave Guard.
Children of Athelloren!
Get a little flank. It ruffles the jimmies.
Wild Riders!
And if it doesn't, you're not a proper Wild Rider.
Ever ready!
Get on in there, boys.
Blade Guard!
Switch fire to try to deal with the Grave Guard in the back there.
Aim! Fire!
Gotta say, we'll just kind of pull them across.
Hand of the forest!
Make sure they're set up and ready to go. We'll launch some more into the back of this group.
Blade Captain!
Double down on it.
Ready to hunt!
All the Kurnos as well. You with the undead.
Wildwood Rangers!
Strigoi is supposed to be, I think, 4 times the size. They're even bigger than Cryptors. It'd be really cool to get that actually represented in the future. How about the undead fall? As we all expected. Alright. Excellent victory there. We only lost 213, and we will remember them all fondly. We will go ahead and claim their... we're going to abduct the captives, and I guess burn them back into Wood Elves somehow? Yeah, we don't question it. Right now has himself some glittering scales. Not a bad bit of armor there. Got a great stag. Proper Glade Lord now. God was killed in battle. We gained ourselves another Forest Spirit. I mean, we'll, at the very least, we'll be able to start selling those Forest Spirits for a good bit of gold. My plan was to leave the Massive Recall to Arguilan, trust them in dealing with the Greenskins while I moved up, try to push back the undead tide before they get too much momentum going. Seems to have worked out for now. We'll have Icarin deal with Orion as well here.
For the Cadai!
Could have given them their skills, but such is the way. We'll take another win there, and then we will go ahead and replenish them as well. Gear up to full. Dragon Helm. That's kind of a mediocre bit of armor, but we'll take it.
How can
We
I
are
assist
kind of lacking for magical items. Alright, lovely. So we can grab the Home Amongst the Bounds, dropping his upkeep even further. We can do the same with Quartermaster over here, which I think we absolutely will eventually. For now, we'll grab a Rain of Spines and Speed of the Hunter so we can move faster and fire more often. I think last, we've got Bolts of the Forest here. We can make Icarin's force kind of similar to Orion's, with Wild Riders and Archers. These Glade Guard are going to get traded out eventually for probably Hagbane Tip and Starfire Shard. same time. So we'll come on back in here and then go for Piercing Thorns is for the spears. Melee attack is a defense as well. Interesting. That's not what I would go for Spearman. Extra melee attack and weapon strength? Yeah, so in the meantime, yeah, let's just go for Striking Branches. For speed for the Glade Riders? Nah, we'll give him the Arrow of Kronos. Make sure we've got all the extra missile damage. Extra missiles flying out as well. Go for Foe Seeker so she can move where she wants and actually replenish her vigor. Then we'll grab the last point into the Endeavor for speed.
These are dark times.
We'll go for mobility, and then we'll go for Foe Seeker. Fleet Finger ×2. Perfect. Our Glade Captains are looking nice. That combined arrow fire is deadly for any single entity units. They're lucky they're not quite as large as some of the others. If it was something like a tree man, they'd go down pretty quick. I think we want to stay nearby the Massif. So let's go to about here and go to an ambush still. That way we can kind of react to threats from any of these positions.
The forest has spoken.
Lovely.
Can I offer
Gaze and
assistance?
Viljan are needing to wait till next turn too, so we've got 6,000 gold. Can we do anything with it? I'm thinking no. We could get the garrison looking a little bit more thick in the Misty Hills. I think we'll wait until the Hollow actually upgrades before diverting any more money to Black Pit, since it is pretty it's in a pretty precarious spot. In Grimhold, I'm happy to go for the Hunter's Vault though. Make us some more money. Perfect, we're at 2,004 on the golds. We'll go ahead and go a bit of diplomacy and see if we can make anything happen. Arkwhylan really is disliking us right now because of all the Confederation debuffs.
Harmony.
The
Nope, Tor of Rest. They're having a really bad time over here in Ulthuan. Let's go take a look. So Lothern has already fallen to Noctilus. Tom the Starved and Amelia Goodeye are hanging out. And
Guardian of the Deep.
Gain Vale has already fallen to Slanesh.
Guarding.
We're gonna have Akka come on up and investigate. Looks like he has destroyed all the way down to Port Elistor. Nakari, that is.
Assyrian wills.
And the Undead have gotten up the other way. Oh yeah, the High Elves are not doing well. In fact, I think it's just Tor of Res. Hang in there, Eltharion. Help is on the way eventually. I think the Gain Vale will be the next one we try to take back, seeing as Slanesh owning Ulthuan would be a huge issue. I'm pretty sure that Alariel is tied to Athloran herself. Let's come on in and we'll end the turn. Alright, they actually fell for our ambush, but they're going to try to attack Orion. Why? Okay, well, we're just going to go ahead and let this one go to auto-resolve. That seems like a mistake. We're going to lose 39 in the battle, and we'll go ahead and abduct those that remain. Back up to full. And then Festus comes on in as well. Oh, and he's got us for a lightning strike. Interesting. Well, he actually has a chance probably with the lightning strike. Here's what we'll do, though. I am going to be quick on the calling the retreat, but let's stand in and fight this one. Try to do a lot of damage. We'll make sure our Glade Captains are focusing down one of these different Exalted Heroes at a time. Luckily, he doesn't have any cavalry besides, I mean, the Furies and the Spawn, but we'll make sure we're really quick on calling the retreat. If things look to be going not our way, that way Orion can kind of sub on in. Wait. Did we just deny his lightning strike somehow? Sure, I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like Orion's showing up now. The battle. Okay, so we will want to pull back to this forest or over here, so let's grab, I think I want the Way Watchers hiding in this clump of forest. We'll have the Poison Tip Glade Guard behind. You're gonna have to spread out a little bit once the battle begins fully. The hunt. Alright, all the missiles together. We'll have the Scary Tree Ladies behind. And then the War Dancers kind of being our front line. War Dancers, Warden, War Dancer as the front line. It's a pretty scary front line.
War dancers!
We can have all the Spearmen ready to engage everything else. Have the Wildwood Rangers in the forest. We can pull them back as well, but as long as they're in the trees, they fight way better. Our 3 Pampas up front. Launch those arrows at who we can.
Battle ready.
Our infantry.
Wildwood Rangers.
With the Spearmen in guard mode.
Eternal Guard.
Same thing with you, Wildwood Rangers, guard mode. I'm gonna try to hide the Firebark Elders in the woods there. Same thing with the Wildwood. Perfect. Let's get this thing going. And it actually looks like, yeah, this was just a visual error there. Orion is definitely not going to show up and help. Wildwood Rangers, will go ahead and pull you guys back a bit.
At once.
Alright, you guys move on in.
To war.
We can disrupt those Furies, that'd be great. Furies are way scarier than Fellbats, and should therefore be dealt with post haste.
I stand ready. By Kurnos.
You have one as well. Go ahead and do some damage. Most of them missed. If we get them fizzling that away, though, that'd be great.
The forest calls.
Ah, that's right, Chaos Furies. You don't have the gumption.
Ready to hunt.
I do see the Summoners of Rage coming on in, though, so
I will comply.
let's pull back.
With haste.
I'm gonna have the archers scoot back ever so slightly as well, so they keep firing even after we get engaged.
We will obey.
Wardens coming up to kind of make the center a bit more staunch there.
Dauntless Azrae. To the fray.
Switch targets to...
Attack.
I think got the Fleshy Abundance down.
Now. Moving. Swiftly. Understood.
I think that's all 3 of them with it, huh? Fair enough. I am waiting on the prey of ANATH RAEMA until one of them gets a bit closer, but you guys keep firing in that Sorcerer of Metal. Arrows fly. You guys just break the unit behind them.
I stand ready.
I see the metal spells coming on down. That's going to do all sorts of damage, but we can't really afford to try to dodge it. So Prey of ANATH RAEMA on the... Now we have to deal with the Sorcerer. That was bad. That was a big mistake on my part.
Talon of Kurnos!
Just have them use their talons on these summoners then. Just do that damage that way. Alright, here they come. Send the raids in. Pull back a bit there. Alright, the mage is gone. Stop fleeing for a moment. You guys come on back in. Stay away from the Summoners of Rage, but come try to help out our Way Watchers. We definitely need them to keep fighting. Battle spells are nasty.
Your orders? Missiles ready! Straight away!
Spearmen, keep in there.
Ever ready! Quickly!
Keep pulling back. Way Watchers as well. Just come on back to the side here. Try to pull the Summoners of Rage away from the rest of everyone else.
Orders! As you say!
Cut them down. All shots going after Festus now.
Bows of Athaloran! At once!
Pull them through.
Quickly!
Every arrow we have, let's have them firing on the spawn.
Blade guard! Understood!
Branch raids, get on in there.
Ready to hunt! With pace! At once!
Aye!
Lord of the Deep Wood!
They attack the bits of Festus, keep moving through.
Way Watchers! Armed and ready!
Come on, lads. You guys are going for those Chaos Warriors behind.
I will
These
not
archers keep
fail.
blasting Festus.
Highborn Captain ready.
Alright, keep retreating away from the Summoners of Rage there. You guys go ahead and crump them. Firebark Elders are doing alright, but I'd really rather not lose them in a foolish way. Let's see if we can hit Festus with all that nonsense there. Come on, archers.
Deepwood Archers! We understand!
Rotate and fire.
Warriors of Ariel! Son of Athelon! Very well.
Ran them down quickly. Let's head after the next group. Firebark Elders, come on, you can pull away.
The woods rage!
Get out of a fight with Festus.
Guard Commander! Hunting!
That was like a bad call.
Way Watchers!
The way Watchers do their thing.
Orion's Fury! For my kindred!
Blade Captain!
Give yourself some speed.
Lady of Lauren!
Keep launching at Festus. Looks like we've broke his originals, all of his normal soldiers for the most part. They're starting to get in on the back with our archers there, which is not great. I'm sure everyone that is able to fire still can go up to Quantum Nurgle.
Your command!
You just go ahead and deal with the metal sorcerer that keeps causing us some issues.
Blade Captain!
Being caught by Festus. Do not let that happen.
Talon of Pernos!
Our poor Firebark Elders. They've done a great job being a distraction.
Eternal God!
Alright, get his Golden Hounds going down as well.
Defenders of Athelon!
Just trying to deal with Festus.
Orion sends me!
You guys get into the trees, we'll hang out there.
Athelon Eternal!
Pull back! Missiles ready!
We're losing the forest a bit there.
Dauntless
The enemy mage falls after dropping down one more
away!
Golden Hound there.
Understood!
Go for Prey of RAEMA on this guy, then pull everyone back. Let all the missiles that are still in the area fire.
Straight away!
Oh, no. You shoot him. Don't run at him.
Ready and eager! To the hunt!
Drop down the melee
As you
defense.
say! Orders understood!
Rip them to shreds.
Blade Captain!
Yeah, let's leave the trees in the forest for now. They didn't do so well.
Eternal God! Athelon!
Hand of
Pull you
the
back away from
forest.
Festus.
Moving out!
Let our actual Waste Stalkers able to fire. Could have already dealt with Festus, though.
Foes of Athelon!
Ha! Yes!
You just keep fleeing on away. Get yourself some extra speed.
My
Don't let them catch you.
glorious duty!
Way Watchers!
Okay, Watchers, move up a bit. So you're firing on Festus. Alright, here comes the lightning. Doo-doo-doo. Bring the cavalry through. And whoever our most elite spears are turned. Firebark Elders, come on over now.
Death to all! Ready to ride!
You at least help out with those Marauders and Nurgle that are trying to file back on in.
Battle ready! Missiles ready!
That should be able to be dealt with pretty soon. He is fizzling on away as he is a demon.
Blade Captain!
And a very lesser demon at that. The aspiring champs are done. Who else? We probably need to pull some of these guys out away from the aspiring champ there.
I stand ready! Death is nothing!
Death is nothing.
Ready! Release! Ready and
Guys away from that group there.
Archers
Oh, with
ready!
Festus' death, I think we pretty well have them.
Now!
Firebark Elder didn't do great there, but I will go ahead and say that keeping the enemy's most elite away from us was a pretty important job.
I will
Starting to lose a
comply.
bit against the...
Eternal
Hopefully you guys are back. No reason to keep fighting the bitter man there, the bitter end there.
At speed! Orders! Armed and ready! At pace!
Come on there, lads. Finish them off.
I and them!
Blade Captain!
And then the flaming trees get their revenge. Rolling into battle behind. Even the Summoners of Rage give up.
Moment ready!
There's the victory. Costly one, but we didn't even need to get Orion involved.
Highborn Captain ready!
Which is lovely. Love all of our captains just chase down the enemy
To battle!
hero of Nurgle here. I'd rather him not come back. If he is just woundable, I'd prefer he stay gone for a while.
Warriors of Ariel!
Perfect. We will do what we can to chase down the survivors here, and I'll catch you all in a moment.
Faster!
Alright. Pyrrhic victory indeed, but we did manage to take down Festus and his Chaos Sorcerer of Metal, so... And these guys managed to slot themselves many kills. Golden Sword definitely going to these Exalted Heroes. Nurgle proving to be quite tanky. We lost the Raise of the Frozen Heart and our War Dancers, as well as one of our Eternal Guard that is just the normal variant. Versus the, I think it's the ROR. That's alright though, we managed to bring down Festus, and this will allow us to kind of maintain momentum. Orion to crush the rest.
You may speak your honeyed words, but I will say
Hello,
I
Nerthu.
can...
He wants us to join his war against Carcassonne. Actually, probably not. You can chill on that one. You've made the wrong decision. Right, the Beastmen rebels have gone after Lorelorn Forest, and actually we are being reinforced by the Man Ripper himself. Like the Beastmen are wanting to be allies. Interesting. Sure, why not? We'll take the abductees there. Right, the turn is ours. Orion receives a plague. But calls in the Soul Shredder was slain in battle there. Beautiful. We've got a new follower, Vol's Anvilsmith, just for winning a battle. Extra armor and more weapon strength for Vindel there. That's never going to be bad. Himself gaining a Great Stag. Atalanta gaining a Great Eagle. It's one of the Delienas being renamed to Atalanta. And Doetin herself has also gained a Great Eagle. Perfect.
Your request is reasonable.
I actually don't mind them being on the Eagles at all. Being up in the air keeps them way safe against Nurgle, who doesn't actually have all that much in terms of range. Awesome. For leadership across the board there, and then Widrioth is about to have a rebellion. We'll deal with it. A new Wild Hunt begins, increasing all of our benefits from the Wild Hunt in our offices. Get even more movement range after raising, more cooldown, reduction for the Deep Roots teleportation, which is great. And then Orion, of course, gets all juiced up.
I live to
Sweet,
serve
that's all some
Aaron.
skills. Looks like Orion's crew got skills even though they weren't actually involved, which is pretty awesome. We'll grab the last 2 points into Assassinate then.
Master of the Wild Hunt.
Liliana. Strider when mounted on a Great Stag or Steed. Strider for cavalry units in our army. Yes. You mean we get to ignore all of the normal penalties that cavalry has to deal with? Sold. Shadow's Coil, Stock, and Vanguard deployment for all of our War Dancers. Let's grab Vanguard for all of our War Dancers. Have any in this army? Yeah, the Loex Tricksters. Sears feet. We can give, I think, just the points into scouting for more magical items.
These are dark times.
Bindle, I think it'll be alright. Let's give you the Speed of the Hunter and the Rain of Spines, just to make sure our army is maxed out on speed and reload reduction. Eye of Kurnos as well for extra damage for missiles. Passives that the Wood Elves get are just too good to pass up on. Get them before your actual combat prowess. And we will go for the Control and Growth as well. I realize that's not the one that is the Control and Corruption, but Control and Growth isn't bad either.
How can I assist you?
Making us more money. And more charge bonus during Force Battle sounds great. 25% more. Beautiful. Next, we'll go for the Piercing Shots. Make sure our missiles are
What do you
as
need?
damaging as possible. Battle point possessed by the Trickster Guard, and then the Marked by Kurnos, because I do believe you actually can layer these up. Grab the Ward of Loek and the Ward of Hoeth. We are fighting against demons. Both magical attacks. Missiles not as important, but they will be once we deal with the demons.
I thirst
Alright,
for
Orion,
the
we
hunt.
reach our gig. Perfect. We can finish off
My will is yours.
Festus this turn, or this
Plague
episode
Lord.
here. Both even.
Making my way.
Move up Findle. Orion can deal with
Ready to
Ruek
serve.
with the auto resolve.
Asray, to battle!
Easy. He did grab in a new ROR unit, but no problem. I'm sure none of our units get taken out by auto resolve. 81 in the fray. You know what? We'll take the extra replenishment as well. Allows the next auto resolve to be even more of a smackening. A whole bunch of nasty plagues. Soon this shall be no more until we meet up with Festus. He's way in the southeast. Let's grab the 2 points of piercing shots there. Ryan
Lord
himself.
of the forest.
Start going for the martial mastery, the skill dump there. Maybe later on. Still got plenty of points that are useful. In fact, since his missiles now do so much damage, making sure he has plenty would be pretty great. This is more charge bonus, melee attack. You know what? Missing out on his sight behind beyond sight and Howl of the Forest is foolish. Get him his full suite of passives, and then we can start working on
Lord of
his
the
actual
Asray.
quiver and such. Alright, Diliana. Getting the immune to psychology from all of our frontline units sounds very, very useful. We'll give you the last point of Violet and Lights there. 611 weapon strength.
Shield of
Nothing to
Athel
laugh at. Final point into scouting, and then I think we'll go for the Flesh to Stone. That way we can make Orion, or whoever we want, a bit more tanky.
Glade Lord.
Actually, with Flesh to Stone, we can make Ethereal units 100%, well, I guess 90% resistant to physical. Atlanta. We'll have you have the Foe Seeker, and then likely, if you're on an Eagle, we'll have you just have the bottomless quiver, so you can fire as many as you want. Eventually, I think we'll put them back on Stags, at least one of them, and we can kind of pass out the different buffs, but
can I offer
on the Eagle, they just give themselves more strength, which is never a bad thing. Go for the game log over here, the Brass Keep. Move them on in towards Hergig.
You have orders?
Have Findle surround the town, and then Orion can reinforce.
For the Cat-Eye!
That way we can get Orion up and moving. But you know what? Fine. With Orion, we can just raid Hergig. Findle can claim it. Then we can possibly hand it off to Theodric.
God King of the Deep Wood.
It's more for raising. So, auto-resolve. We lose 34 in that one as well. And we raise it for almost nothing. 8. Our first rare item there, the other Trickster's Shard. So everyone around us will drop their spell resistance by 25%. And now Findle himself is on a Great Eagle. May make them the Eagle Squad. Findle, how would you like to be our Air Force? Got a plague. Can't respond without ducking up everywhere. Well, the Kundites are no more, finally. Let's go ahead and claim Hergig. Actually, I don't think I want the Empire or anyone else. That's so much to colonize. I don't mind.
These are dark times.
Auckland is under our control.
Lord of Athel
Rather us than anyone else, and this is a capital. Anywhere that has the timber settlements, we are going to try to claim from the Empire. We may miss a couple of them since they already have Salzan Moon, but we are going to bring them under our wing. Once we repair Hergig, we'll see how much. If we can get them as a, make these guys vassals. Is that a thing?
Friend,
I guess we're not evil, so vassalage isn't really an option for us. I thought making them allies was how we stopped the issues in terms of the wild roots, the deep roots. Let's find out. We're allied with its owner. Maybe it means a full military alliance.
Approach us, friend, and make your offer.
Oh, it's because we don't have an alliance with Nordland. Duh. Let's grab a trade agreement, siphon some money from them. See what other kind of quick deals we can get up to.
Lord Magistrate.
I am tempted to hand some gold off to Tora Brass.
Harmony.
I would much rather trade with them, though, than just take a non-aggression.
What?
How much would you want?
You come to help me avenge my father. If not, leave.
Endure. Alright, we'll leave.
My life for Tor Ivres.
I don't plan on tossing you a cool 2,000 for
Anything
nothing.
is possible.
Seems foolish. And the orcs are just kind of holding up their settlement. Massive Call is such a powerful town at this point. They're pretty hard to get out of here at this point, at this stage in the game here.
Lord of the Glade.
I kind of want to just move up and crush the Blackstone post. I don't see anyone here defending it.
Do not mistake. Careful now.
Well, hello there, Necromancer. How would you like a hug? Made of steel. Oh, I guess he does own Leoness. And Langil. We have much to do. Oh, more goats are here. He's just sitting in army after army.
The waker of trees.
Alright then, goats, if you wish. We're about to be invaded by several armies here. Okay, Daith, we want you to...
Can I offer assistance?
Go into the Kingsglade after taking down the goats. Let's try it.
Traveling.
I want
I'm
Vilgen
ready.
to lead the fight. He can kind of silent and help. Now Vilgen can... both
Seeking unseen paths.
more than enough.
Highborn.
A bit further.
I share the forest's
Come on,
thoughts.
buddy. There we go.
Listen.
Slaughter these goats here.
For the king and queen in the woods.
Easy. 114 fall. We will go ahead and pardon. Go ahead.
Pay
Release
due
those captives.
tribute to Isha.
Again, my headcanon is we just released them to be hunted down again. It's a pretty horrifying.
the
What they
Glade.
deserve, though. Alright, Daith, let's sprint
Anything
you into the
is
Kingsglade.
For the
Pretty easily go
wisdom
after the
of
Crag
the
Halls
land.
instead. I don't trust the
Ready
Dawi.
to do the
There's no
guild's
reason for them to
bidding.
be up here with two armies.
My axe thirsts for war.
Like Ebenbon Lewitz is on end as well. The Drakewald Patrol Cavalry. Okay, we've got enemies all around. But for now, I'm out of time for today. I've been at Space Wizard War. Remember to leave a like for Light God and a sub for the Sub Zone. And we'll see you on the next one.
Blessed by the oak of ages.